The longship sliced through the waves, a ravenous beast hungry for plunder. Bjorn, his beard braided with leather, eyes cold as the northern ice, steered the vessel. He was the wolf of the fjords, terror of the western coasts, his name whispered with fear and awe. Today, he led his warriors to Northumbria, a land ripe for the taking. The village was a blur of fire and screams. Bjorn, a berserker in battle, reveled in the chaos, his axe drinking deep. Yet, amidst the carnage, a flicker of defiance caught his eye. A woman clad in fine wool stood tall, her chin high, her spirit unbroken even as her world crumbled around her. She was no ordinary woman. She wore the regalia of royalty. This was Princess Astrid. Astrid watched her world burn, her heart heavy with the plight of her people. Yet she refused to cower. The Vikings were brutal, yes, but she had seen fear conquer stronger hearts. She would face her fate with dignity. When Bjorn, the Viking leader, approached, his eyes like chips of ice, Astrid lifted her chin, meeting his gaze unflinchingly. "You are their princess?" His voice was a gravelly rumble, his Norse tongue harsh to her ears. "I am Astrid," she replied, her voice clear and steady, daughter of King Athelred. "And I will not beg for my life." Bjorn studied her, a hint of surprise in his eyes. He had expected tears, pleas for mercy. Instead, he saw fire, a spirit as untamed as the northern seas. Bjorn was used to the terror his presence evoked. Women shrank from him, men averted their gaze. Yet this princess, this Astrid, met his gaze head-on, her spirit unbroken. He saw no fear in her eyes, only defiance and a fierce love for her people. It intrigued him, this flicker of steel in a world of soft iron. He had planned to ransom her. A king's daughter was a valuable prize. But as days turned into weeks, he found himself drawn to her spirit, her quick wit and her sharp tongue, which she wielded as skillfully as any warrior did a sword. He would find her by the fire, her head bent over a piece of embroidery, her brow furrowed in concentration. He would sit across from her, their conversations a clash of cultures and languages. Yet strangely, they understood each other. Section 4. Forbidden Love in a Time of War. Astrid had expected cruelty from Bjorn, but it never came. He treated her with a strange sort of respect, a rough courtesy that surprised her. He listened when she spoke, his gaze steady, and sometimes she would catch a flicker of something akin to admiration in his eyes. She saw past the warrior, the Viking raider, to the man beneath. He was a leader, yes, but he was also a man of his word, a man who cared for his men. He was strong, capable, and fiercely intelligent. Their feelings for each other grew, a slow burn amidst the ashes of war. Stolen glances turned into lingering touches. Shared silences spoke volumes. It was dangerous, this love, forbidden by their birth, their cultures, their very existence. Yet it bloomed, a wildflower in the wasteland of their circumstances. Section 5. A pact forged in love and hope. Their love was a dangerous secret, whispered in the dead of night, hidden from the eyes of both their people. Yet it was this love that sparked a hope for peace. Astrid spoke of her people, their suffering, and their desire for peace. Bjorn listened, his heart heavy with the knowledge of the destruction his raids had wrought. They devised a plan, a risky, audacious plan. Bjorn would return Astrid, not as a bargaining chip, but as a beacon of peace. They would work together to convince their fathers, the king and the chieftain, to lay down their arms and forge a lasting peace. It was a gamble, one that could cost them their lives. But for the chance of peace, for the future of their people, and for the love they held, they were willing to risk everything. Section 6. A Legacy of Unity and Love. The road to peace was long and arduous, fraught with suspicion and the bitter memories of bloodshed. Yet, Bjorn and Astrid stood together, their love a bridge between their warring people. They spoke of shared dreams, of a future where their people could prosper together. Their efforts bore fruit. A treaty was signed, a fragile truce forged in the fires of their love. The raids ceased, the swords were laid down, and a new era dawned. Bjorn and Astrid ruled together, their kingdoms united, their love a symbol of unity and hope. They ruled with wisdom and compassion, their reign marked by prosperity and peace. Theirs was a love story for the ages, a testament to the power of love to conquer even the fiercest hatred, to bridge the deepest divides, and to change the course of history.